Alright, well, hadn't made a video in a while, so I thought I would take a minute and do an update and let you kind of look around and see where we're at. I didn't do any video of the gas tank going in because there was really nothing to show, and it's really hard to get down in here and show things. But what I did was, on this kick plate originally in the boat, there was a single piece kick plate kind of like this one, and it was glassed in, tabbed into the boat, and I didn't do that because I wanted to have access up in here to do a few things. So one of the things I did was I put this T-brace in here that you can see going across and tabbed it in, and that is hopefully going to give this more this beak. It's gonna make it more stable because it kind of bounces around a lot and flutters in the wind and whatever. So I did that. Let's see, frame this in. I left this notch out here. I put a plastic fuel tank in, as you can see. I notched this out so that I can get the fuel tank in and out. The structure here is the same as what was originally in the boat. I just put instead of having the wooden blocks holding it in, I put these metal straps on, just what the kit is that comes with, or you can get for the tank. This guy, which is that guy, proved to be a real challenge. I ended up having to buy a gas fill. The one that was in the boat was chipped up and nicked and whatever, had some pitting on it because the original ones were chrome plated brass. This one is stainless, and I can't get that out, but I ended up having to buy one that had a 2-inch tube going all the way down through. It's for a 2-inch, but that's not a 2-inch fuel line. That's an 1.5-inch fuel line. You cannot find one of these guys. At least I wasn't able to find one that was for gas that had 2-inch going in and 1.5 inch coming out, which is what was originally in these boats. This hole was cut when these holes were cut and drilled for this combination 2-inch in, 1.5 inch out. Like I said, virtually impossible to find. So I ended up having to buy a 2-inch and buy an 1.5 inch, cut the 1.5 inch neck, and then I welded it using a TIG welder to it, and it actually came out looking pretty well. I didn't show that because it was a big headache, and it was something I didn't really need to do. I could have put the old pitted one back in and been done with it, or I couldn't find a fuel cell with a 2-inch inlet. I worked with different things, tried different things with the hose, couldn't get it to work, so I went with that. It was an excuse to buy I guess the MIG welder is what it was, and so that's that. I put the carpet in, had it put in. I had a local place do my upholstery work. They built the frames and everything for the seats. You'll see that later. It's a place called the Upholstery Shop here in Louisville, in Texas. I finished glassing in all of this and gel coating the engine bay. I did white because I wanted to be able to see what I was down there. A lot of the boats came originally, they were black. People do them different ways. They put stainless and polished aluminum or whatever in here. They do different things, but I didn't want to go through all that, and I just wanted it to be light and bright so you could see, because the black just makes it so dark. Of course, it'll get dirty and all that'll show, but most engine bays are white in boats anyway. So going with 3-inch angle iron. I don't know if I discussed this earlier, but I got rid of the pits that were in the boat originally for the motor mounts because, again, they would just hold water. They didn't have drain plugs in them. If you put a drain hole in it, then then you know you got a place for water to get into the boat that way, into the stringers. So what I did was I closed those up when I redid the floor, and I decided that I would give this a shot. And basically it's 2 3-foot long 3x3 angle irons. I've painted them silver, and that's the original engine mount for the boat. That came with the engine for the big block. Originally there was a kind of a battery holder kind of made into the bottom of the boat. It was kind of glassed in, and it was a little ridge thing and had a little drain spot in it. I didn't see any reason for that. I might move the battery to a different location later. I don't know. So I'm just going to go with a battery tray, just a regular battery tray like you can get from any of the marine parts houses. Upholstery people carpeted in these. I've got to put drain holes in the bottom of both of them right back in there in the back. I haven't cut my holes yet because I'm still working that out, but I'm pretty sure they're just going to go back where they were from the factory. Let's see what else is going on here. It's the old engine block. Here are the motor mounts for a CVX20. You can drive yourself nuts trying to find these. That's the part. I don't know if you can see that or not. These are West Star brand. This is one side. That's the other. I think they're 1978 Ford LTD big block motor mounts. I believe that's what they're actually identified as. But you can see those there in case you need them. Here's the original fuel neck deck fill. As you can see, it was a big hole going in, a hole coming out. Cannot find these anywhere. If you find one, this flange is going to be 3-inch flange. Boat originally was a 3¼ inch flange. The holes won't line up. It'll be too small. So that's the old one. Like I said, it's kind of pitted and nicked up. And the new one's stainless. Fuel fill. There's the pump. Oh, there's the seats. You can see those. That's the front seats. There's the back bench. I did the side pieces. They went back and wrapped them like originally done. I did ABS. That's the protective cover still on it. But I did ABS. This is I don't know what they call this, spalted teak or something. I can't remember what it is now. But anyway, that's what it looks like. Looks pretty good. It's real shiny whenever you take that plastic cover off. Oh, gauge panel. There's the gauges. The guys up in Oklahoma did the panel for me. I cannot think of the name of the place now. I'll have to get that to you later. But they did the plastic panel with ABS. They actually have the mold in-house. And it's made for the larger gauges. Originally these gauges were a little bit smaller. These two a little bit smaller, and they weren't the big 3-inch gauges. So the guys up there made a mold for these panels, and it's got the 3-inch gauge sockets. So I'm excited to get that in. That'll be nice. And what else is there? I guess that's about it for now. There's the seat bench. Yeah, I guess that's it for now. But anyway, so I'm still blocking the finish, blocking the clear coat, making it smooth, and I'm going to be working on that today. And here's something else I did. I can show you this real quick. I went with a flush mount breather for the fuel cell. So as you can see right here, Well, I can't put it in right now, but anyway, when I put it in, it won't be that button that sticks out like originally. It'll be flush mount, which is kind of nice. But anyway, that's it for now. I'm getting back to work here, and I'll bring you some updates soon. Thanks, everybody. Bye.